Can you hear me? There we go. I like to see a green bar light up. All right. First rodeo, apparently. So, welcome. It's just me tonight. You're stuck with me. Good friend Panda could not join us. Sadly had a work trip to attend. So, she was going to join me while we chatted about all things DLC indie. But since she was not available, you're stuck with me to hear about how I felt about my VIP experience at DLC Indie, alongside how the weekend went in general for me. I played in the Friday Infinity event, Saturday the main event, and then Sunday I did not make day two, so I played in the core constructed promo quest. Overall, I thought it was a really fun weekend, but I will say that the VIP experience definitely did not match what was shown from the European side. So from Ghent and why am I drawing a blank of the other location of the DLCs in Europe? Um, those VIP experiences felt significantly better than the VIP experience at Indie. So in Indie, um, it kind of started out rough from the get-go for the VIP experience. So first, we were told to line up with everybody to check in, and then we were told once we got like halfway through that line to go head over to the VIP room. And then we got to the VIP room, and they were like, no, 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 you have to pick up your badge if you're a competitor or attendee, and then you can pick up your VIP badge. So it was kind of a hot mess. I will admit that myself and my friend Randall were the only um like we were the first VIP people to sign in. Um And Kirby in chat. Yes, let me pull that up. I currently have the video I took of the VIP lounge loading very slowly for some reason on my other screen, but let me pull up, see if I can find the graphic really quick for um the VIP. Um past I'm trying to pull up pastimes website. All right. Okay. Let's pop that up. So, sorry for. Okay, so first and foremost, VIP experience. Sorry for hitting my mic there. Was for 100 people. I fast fingered to get my badge as quickly as possible, and was very excited about this experience because, based on the videos that Lore Chronicles put up, Missy Enchanted put up, I felt like this was going to be a really great experience. There was food, there were drinks like galore that you could get. So, like in Europe, they had um, not only did they have like energy drinks, soda, water bottles. They had like pastries in the morning, and in the afternoon they had finger sandwiches. So by no means was it like full catering, but it was definitely enough that like if you snacked throughout the day, you didn't necessarily need to buy food from the venue. Which I think for $800 definitely helps because venue food is expensive. Um, so what was included in the VIP experience was a VIP badge, a private Discord space for feedback, expedited check-in lines and priority queues throughout the venue for all activations. I think a keyword here being all activations. So I expected the ultimate Disney Fast Pass experience, one might say. And Thursday and Friday, that definitely wasn't the expectation. Um, so we got bounced back and forth in lines a bit. That eventually got um resolved, but on Friday, none of the the prize wall, the artist, the like Ravensburger store had VIP lines until people went up and asked for them. There was also no food in the VIP lounge at all on Friday. They had coffee that I don't think ever got like refilled or changed out, and then some bowls of candy, which I definitely didn't think of as um, food. Candy can be a little snack, but it was like Halloween candy. It was not. It was not good. We got all of our like swag. So we got the two playmats, the backpacks, the water bottle, which oh, I do have both. So I have the backpack, which to be honest, very nice backpack. I had initially planned to sell this to recoup some of my costs, and ended up deciding to keep it for myself because I liked it. The water bottle is very nice. I have some issues with like the imaging just because it doesn't look like they proofed it really well. Like the images goes around the entire water bottle, but you can't really see it on this camera, but they don't line up. So that's just me being a little OCD and nitpicky there, but I feel like just that's kind of like an attention to detail piece for me that was missed. I got all of my promos. So that was nice. And it was really good that we got a set of promos because Friday, by the end of the day, Let It Goes were completely sold out. And by pretty early on Sunday morning, we also were, the prize wall was sold out of Elsa's as well as Dragonfire. So just kind of, I think the expectation to see some of the promos sold out closer to the end of the weekend is pretty standard. I think we've seen that at other events, but to have Let It Go sell out of like be gone from the prize wall so early on was pretty disappointing. And it just the experience as a whole was definitely not what I expected it to be. I think a really good comment that I at this point don't remember who made it. It felt like pastime just didn't pay attention at all to what the other event like staff did in Europe, so what Fanfinity did, and because of that, like expectations were set significantly high and were not met at all. Um so it was just that piece was disappointing. I think the other piece that was wild is so Kirby, who runs the Diet Coke Invitational, was also in the VIP lounge, and because there was no food, bought two catering boxes from Einstein Bagel and had them delivered to the venue because like she was just trying, like she's the type of person that if something isn't done right, she wants to correct it. And I think it's kind of wild that basically people who paid $800 to be in the VIP room were like trying to fix the fact that it didn't live up to expectations. Now, I will say after that, I think um Sorry, I was just reading chat, and someone mentioned in chat that there are rumors that Fanfinity is taking over NA for North America in season 3. I would be thrilled with that. I have heard nothing but fantastic things about Fanfinity. So I have heard um their round, like, the event starts on time, and I guess we can even get into that conversation a little bit too. But I feel like we, like, eventually, because Kirby got food for the room, I think somebody from Pastime or even Ravensburger went out to Costco and did a big Costco or Sam's Club run and brought a bunch of snacks back. Um, I don't know necessarily if there was enough for the whole weekend. It kind of uh, ended up being like the things that nobody liked was left by the end of day Saturday. So just definitely didn't live up to expectations. Also at check-in, we didn't even get a promo. We got a pack of Wilds Unknown, which, yes, a pack of cards is great. I love ripping a boosty. I wanted a promo. In Europe, at the last DLC in Europe, they got a Dragonfire promo, non-foil promo. So it just feels like, while, like, Ravensburger has handed off to these companies to do the event and run the event, the standard is not being kept across all of them. So, like, the left hand isn't talking to the right hand, and it's just wild that that is the case. Um, and just really, really think that something needs to be done to correct that. Now, I will say Fanfinity is running Last Chance qualifiers and North America, whatever it's called. I want to call it Nats, but I know that's not technically the correct name. And I am willing to probably give the VIP experience another shot, particularly at Disneyland. Like, that venue last year when I was there for LCQ was amazing. Um, it was probably the best, like, DLC experience up until the timing of side events, but that's a whole conversation for another another time. Um, I would would be willing to give the VIP experience another shot, and I think currently the only reason for that is because of the fact that we have, like, been invaded by Pokemon. Um, oh, let me try to turn myself up. Thank you, Fairy Queen Tink, for telling me. I think it just might be because I'm a little far away from my mic, and I will move closer so you can hear me better. Let me know if that sound is better. I always never know what to expect from this mic. Um, so the promos right now are what, and, like, promo prices are what is giving value to the VIP. I think the experience that is tied to that is definitely not, at least in North America. I think in Europe it was a little bit better, but for um, the US, I think it was, if the promo prices weren't what they're at now, this package is just like highway robbery. Um, and I think the other concern is for, like, somebody who is getting the VIP package to get those promos, and not going to just, like, turn around and sell them to fund, like, the VIP package. It also kind of stinks because you paid a lot to get these promos and get these playmats. And I think, based on what happened in Europe, we kind of expected there to be a better, um they can call me and I'll set up a small cooking station. Oh my god, that sounds amazing. Wait, Pepsi. Get out of here with that nonsense. This is a Diet Coke channel. None of that Pepsi nonsense. Um So yeah, that was my experience with the VIP lounge. Overall, I don't know, 2 to 3 out of 10 stars. You have upset the gods. Yes, exactly. We don't speak of Pepsi on this channel. Um for the side events, the Friday side event was kind of a pain. We started about an hour after the time. And then for the main event, we started technically an hour before the time listed in PlayHub. So I I really don't um understand. I I use PlayHub as a player, and I also use PlayHub as like a TO. I TO a local league. And it is very easy to change the time of event. Like I don't understand why the thought was, oh, let's put a message on Discord and call it a day. That just feels like horrible communication. I think an email should have been sent out to all the players. The amount of round one buys at the DLC was wild. I had a round one buy. Now you won't see me complaining about a round one win. Um, but the reality is because of all of the buys, a lot of like day two and who made like top 32, the math was like really wonky because of all of the players that either got buys or got a round one loss and then were like put back into the tournament. It was just honestly a hot mess. And just not organized by any means. And honestly, like for the third DLC of the season, like just feels really messy that like I felt like there were issues last year with the DLCs, but by the last DLC, we were in a much better place than we were when we started in Atlanta. I feel like we started in Milwaukee, really rocky. Richmond was a pretty good experience, and then we were back in Indy, and it was kind of closer to our experience in Milwaukee than it was in Richmond, which feels really bad. um and I would have gotten away with it too. No, you wouldn't. Um, so I think my favorite part of this weekend was getting to see so many of my friends. I didn't do great. I felt good with the deck I brought in. I thoroughly enjoyed. So the deck I played was Steel Song. I know everybody's shocked. I got to play my Cindy's. I was very happy about that. But just paired into a few of my bad matchups and couldn't pull it off. And more than anything else, I think my deck bricked versus me having a bad day as a player. I did earn my Mulan, and I played till round 7. I was going to play till round 8, but after round 7, I was very tired, and I asked one of my friends who I was with, who was trying to earn her first Mulan, if she was okay, because I had promised that I would play with her to the end. If she was okay if I called it after round 7, and she's like, "Yes, absolutely. It's been a day." So I was very excited to earn my Mulan. I was more excited for my friend who earned her first Mulan. And just in general, like had a good weekend with friends. Was a terrible content creator and did not take enough pictures or videos because one of the things that I enjoy most about like DLC's weekends is like being present in the moment and being with so many of my friends that I don't get to see frequently. So it was nice to play a lot of Lorcana. Hello, Melissa. Um, so I Oh my gosh, that's so exciting. That is I love hearing that someone in the chat, their daughter got their first Mulan this weekend at her first DLC. That is a huge win. I was super excited because on um Friday I felt like I had really good matches and really good opponents. Saturday, same thing. And Sunday in the core event, I was playing Ruby Am and it did okay, but like also just like I just wasn't getting the answers I needed in some games. And I ended up at some of the lower tables, and I played this dad who was there with his daughter, and they were trying to earn enough tickets to get an Elsa. And I was super sad because I had to tell them that the Elsas were already sold out. But I made a deal with them that if they could earn the tickets, I would trade them one of the Elsas that I had gotten earlier in the weekend. And I was really excited to be able to help them, because I think the daughter had to be maybe 10, and she was all she wanted was her Elsa Princess card, and she got it. So it was nice to be able to do that. It does kind of hurt to like have it be like the community's responsibility to like kind of help trade because the prize wall ran out of cards so early on. Because like I mean, this was probably noon on Sunday, so it feels bad. Like I expect things to run out later in the day on Sunday, but to have them run out so early was really disappointing. I think from some of the rumors that I heard, it was partly because of the promo events. They like pulled promos from the prize wall, and like the VIP packages and the premium packages. But I feel like that shouldn't be the reason we run out of like prizing. So that just was like meh. I also um was really excited because I was able to trade some enchanteds that I had duplicates of during the weekend and get the enchanted bell accomplished mystic. And if any of you who are joining are newer to the channel and don't know, um, earlier this year I got Bell Accomplishment Mystic tattooed on my leg. So it's been my favorite card since it came out. Belle is definitely one of my favorite princesses, so I was thrilled to finally have the enchanted version of that card because naturally the pack gods did not let me pull her yet. So add that to the collection. Um, and I'm also really excited for some of the new cards that we're getting. Um, I was trying to like before we switch over from like DLC talk to um new card talk. I was trying to load the video that I took of the VIP room before I started streaming, but I think my bandwidth has just totally taken over for the stream, so it's not loading. But I will at some point put up on social like a deeper dive into my experience, what the VIP room looked like, um, and talk about that like a little more thoughtfully. But obviously it wasn't a great experience. Um, so yeah, let's talk about new cards though. Because there are a lot of good new cards, and I'm really excited about all of the new um franchises that we're getting into this set. I'm also really excited to see just like in general all of the enchanteds. We got the iconics very early. I feel like part of me wants to say I feel like because they were leaked, but also they were very clearly in the Lorecast video, so obviously I think they also intended to get those out pretty early. So we have our cards right now. Side note, shout out to illuminatales.com. This website, I used it last set for our streams when we went through uh the new cards, and this is just like fantastic. And I feel like there are even better like features on it this set. So we're able to sort by card number, rarity, and then just like reveal time, which is nice for me because then I can talk about the cards that have been revealed so far, and next week remember where I left off. So we have lots of fantastic cards. Having both red and up in um in here as well as Monsters Inc. is fantastic. Um, these new team up like pairs cards I think are really cool. So shift 3, you can shift them on a Rapunzel or a Flynn. I think that these are going to be a really fun addition to um a new fun addition to the game. Also, I love the chat that is happening. Um Somebody asked, "Would I get kicked out if I brought a 12 pack of Diet Coke and a Diet Pepsi?" The answer is honestly yes. There's no Diet Pepsi in this adventure. Diet Pepsi is essentially sadly an automatic DQ. um we just we can't have that negativity. I'm gonna say that as I cover up what I'm drinking, because this is not Diet Coke, it is maybe a Diet Dr. Pepper. So I need no one to judge me. Kirby, I'm out, and it felt silly to buy Dr. Diet Coke this week before DCI because I know you're going to lovingly give me some of your Diet Coke that you received this weekend. I would send you some. um Diet Dr. Pepper was on sale, so that's why it's in the house right now. That's it. All right, so let's look at some of these cards. I think some of these like Mother Gothel, Rapunzel, these all look very fun, and I'm excited to build decks. I think as we get more and more sets, um, I am more and more excited about not only building like competitive decks, but also building like theme decks that can also be competitive. So it's exciting to see what we get with some of these combo shift cards that shift onto multiple characters. You broke my this is delightful. Discard your hand and draw 2 cards. So I think over the weekend, this was the card that a lot of people were comparing to Doc. Um, I need, but like, so new Doc. I get the sentiment, and I love that this is a 1-drop. It's an action. However, my concern is that like Doc is still just better because it's not a character. Like this is not a character. However, this art is delightful. Um I love, this happens a lot more often than you'd think. Um Sometimes the flavor text is always a fun time. So this is going to be the Disney World and Disneyland promo, which I am excited because this is the first time I get to go to Disney World for the release of a Lorcana set. I am going to be a crazy person and go to Disney World not only next week on a vacation with my husband to celebrate our anniversary, but then I'm going to come home for a week and then just go back to Disney and have another girls trip. So um 10 out of 10 would recommend. Girls trips to Disney are truly the best. I love going to Disney with my husband, but going with my girls is also very fun, and I'm excited because we're adding a few more girls to the gang this time, and I'm very excited to get this promo, to get the princess heroine collection that they announced. The Ariel in that needs to be put into my Steel Song deck, so will I be trying to get my parents to come to Disney World for the release? Yes, 100%. I will be trying to get them to stand in line with me so that if we're limited to only 1 or 2, I can get a few more. So very excited for this. I think this art's really cool. I love that we're kind of sticking with the park borders with this. Very similar to um very similar to the Belle and Beast promos, as well as the quest promos that were in Disney World at Epcot. Um, girls' trips to Disney are very much unhinged. We will be enjoying ourselves. And then we have all of our promos for release weekend boxes. These are so cute. Um, some of these arts just beautiful, and I'm excited for more toys. You may play an action that costs 2 or less for free. So interesting, we're seeing some more action synergy for Buzz like we have with the um legendary Buzz in this set. So I think this could be really fun in like a emerald sapphire deck. I say that, but please don't create that because I already hate the emerald sapphire decks that exist today. Um, oh, love that. I would love some local LGSs in the Orlando area. That would be very fun to potentially hit a local release event um that weekend. I would love to if you have any recommendations or know when locals are doing pre-release events, absolutely send that over my way. We also revealed this with the Lorecast earlier this week that we're going to have our first set champs where the playmat and the promo don't match. So we will have Rapunzel escaping the tower as the promo card, and then we will have a Mike and Sully playmat which I think is interesting. I am a little sad that we won't also get them as the set champs promo. I think it's been kind of cool that for each of the sets we've had that kind of matching experience. I don't know if I love that we don't have that. You are correct. Missy Enchanted probably can also point us in the right direction. That's very true. We love Missy Enchanted, and speaking of, it is her birthday, so if you haven't already, you should absolutely wish her a happy birthday on Instagram, or anywhere that you follow her, be it a Discord or her Instagram, because she is a wonderful human and had an amazing run this weekend, coming very close to making day 2. We also got introduced to Vinelings. These are cool. I am very interested to see um what gets cooked up with these like floodborn characters that aren't necessarily a shift floodborn that give abilities to um like your other floodborn characters. I think that this could be some really interesting synergy. Um we have a new morph. Um I laughed when this was revealed because I also then proceeded to see a bunch of people on the internet be like, hey, you can't play the old one to replace this. Well, yes, you can't play them because they're completely different cards. Would be saying, like, you can't play, like, Mickey Brave Little Tailor and, like, Mickey Detective as the same card. So that just made me chuckle. This art's fun. It's kind of cool to see a morph have the same ability as another morph, but have a little bit of a different stat line. Um, so I was excited to see this. The art on this is kind of fun. It like looks very, very cartoonish. I feel like more so than some of the other cards. I know they're all cartoons, but I don't know. There's something about it that feels a little bit different. And then we have all of these honey cards, which make me kind of excited for the new quest. I think that I liked like our villain quest, so Ursula and Jafar. Those were all fun, different ways to play Lorcana. I'm a big fan of, while I love my competitive core and Infinity, I do like the a little bit more casual ways to play the game. I think it's just a fun way to um get people into the game, as well as just, I like to say, like, free up my brain space. I'm not necessarily like a huge pack rush fan, but I love to play like fun decks, to play um different games. So I'm very excited to see what this new game looks like, where some of these characters have like the more traditional um like high fantasy features to them. So we have Christopher Robin, Honey Sage. Um, Also would be interested to see like if we have a really cool like Blurple Honey deck now from this that's playable or semi-competitive. I don't know. Um this card is so cool. These temporary shift cards I think is really neat. So for temporary shift, you play this on top of one of your characters. At the end of your turn, remove all damage from this character and return only this card to your hand. So while I don't know for sure how playable this will be, it's a very interesting game mechanic of, okay, I'm going to shift, use this larger character to take out one of my opponent's characters and banish them, and then pop it back to hand, and all of a sudden now the character I shifted on, as well as this character that's back into hand and is inkable, has no damage on it. So I think that this could lead to some very interesting play lines. And the stat line's pretty good. 4-5 quests for 3. So I can decide to play this and, banish a character and then pop it back to hand. The shift character has no damage on it, or I could play this and just quest depending on my opponent's board state. Um, so I'm very excited to see some decks built around this, to see if this mechanic actually leads to some like competitive decks and we see play more frequently. We will shortly get to the iconic version of this card. My wallet hurts already. I loved Kim posted online today asking me how I was feeling about the iconic, and I replied simply, unwell. My wallet is unwell. Um, I love this card. The art on this, the art on the iconic is just everything old school Disney, with a touch of obviously the storyline of the Vine within this card. So I'm very excited. I also feel like as I look at this now, I'm already seeing some hidden Mickeys in it. So that's also fun. Um, it's just a really gorgeous card. And this is also one of the artists that was at the DLC this weekend. So that's also neat. And here we go. Okay. So we have this style that the team was calling movie, it's movie poster like art style, and they're um basically channeled like old school movie posters for the iconic art. And I think that's really cool. I love like you see like the different scenes, like major scenes from the movie within this photo. So you have, Belle and Beast dancing, you have Gaston as well as LeFou leading the charge from Mob Song. So just like some very key elements from the movie brought to life within this card. And I don't know what I'm going to need to do to um, get this card, but I am praying to all of the Lorcana pack gods to please let me finally pull an iconic and open this. I wanted Merida, but I need this Bell and Beast card. And the fact that it's certain as the sun. Just everything about this I absolutely love. So I think this is gorgeous. I also will give this Lilo and Stitch equally gorgeous. I will give my unpopular opinion of I am sick of Lilo and Stitch cards. Um definitely definitely an unpopular opinion. Um but I just I love Lilo and Stitch. I love the movie. I just feel like we have gotten so much Lilo and Stitch in this game. I would love to give any like I would love to just get any other franchises a chance. Like I really would have wanted this to be a Monsters Inc. card instead. And honestly, I'm sure some people are saying that about like the Beauty and the Beast card because there are also a lot of Beauty and the Beast cards. But I feel like there are probably even more Stitch cards. There go- I love my husband in the chat. There goes the viewer count. Sorry guys. I give my real opinion. And if you disagree with me, that's totally fine. I know a lot of people really, really love Stitch. Um, I just I'm just over them. So I'm sorry. But this card is still gorgeous. I love that you get different moments from the movies. um Again, I also think that this card is going to be really playable in Amber Steel. Shift 3, there are a ton of really good targets um for this card. Giving resist 1 plus shift. I mean, this is a great stat line for a card. So I definitely see this like I see this seeing a lot of play. Beauty and the Beast hasn't been lowered by the control. So I don't hate the live action version, and that's probably a like not a popular opinion. Like I enjoyed it. I also love Harry Potter though. So Emma Watson, I'm a fan. We also got these adorable extended art cards of Carl and Ellie, which I might be almost as excited for them as the Belle and Beast Enchanted because for my wedding, the song I walked out to was one of the instrumentals from Up. So these are two cards that I probably will instantly need foils of so that I can have them and get them signed by the artist for like my personal like yes, I do my master collection, but I also have like some cards that are just a little special, a little more special to me. So those definitely fall into that segment. So that Carl and Ellie, loving husband and loving wife, I think are adorable. I also think that these are just actually very good cards. So Carl's ability, when you play this character, you may pay 2 less for the next character named Ellie you play this turn. That is a fantastic play. So you essentially on turn 1 getting to play 2 characters because Ellie is a 2 drop. So I think that this could be a very playable pair of cards. I feel personally attacked because Pooh should have been the iconic. I think a Winnie the Pooh in this art style would have been awesome. So I definitely understand that. This bunch of balloons is also cute. When you play this item, choose a location of yours. While this item is in play, the location gains evasive. Um, we really have gotten a lot of cards to like semi make locations work, but not quite. I would love a location deck that is actually viable in competitive play. So some of these cards lead to some interesting play mechanics. Like honestly, would be interested in testing this in my Ruby Amethyst deck. This with library, and as I say that, I'm like, does library rotate out with this new set. My heart hurts. Let's pull up Dreamborn and check. Somebody in chat is going to tell me probably before I even get this pulled up. My set 5. Yep. We lose library. So never mind to that idea. Queen Tank sent me here. Hello. I am excited to have you here. I also, how can I trigger a dance party? That's a great question. I probably should add that to my Twitch so that can be triggered. I will take that as a to-do after this show. I have a big beef to pick with Ravensburger and Disney / Pixar for that matter. There has not been a single card revealed of Mike where his face is blocked. And I take personal offense from that. I love people in chat that are here to just cause chaos. That is very fun, particularly when I am just blabbing by myself. Diet Pepsi is the flavor of chaos. Okay. I respect that. Is also the flavor of gross. It's too flat and tastes gross. It tastes bad. So we have Mike here with his face fully in view, and I think his face should be partially blocked. Unlike the promo cards, come on, we could have just moved. I mean, Boo is adorable. She deserves this card. But we could have just moved the Attack of the Vine logo, smack over Mike's face, and it would be great. All right, what other fun cards did we see? Some of the Four Town cards, love it. So hottest band of the year, Singer 5. Whenever this player sings a song with Sing Together, draw a card. You know, I love a good Steel Song list. So I would be intrigued to see if this gets slotted in. 4-dropped Uninkable. Uninkable count is always problematic in Steel Song. So I feel like this becomes less likely to be played. But the stat line is like not horrible. 5/5, quest for 1, singer 5 instead of 4. Also 4 town for life. Scream Canister. What do we do here? Exert all cards in your inkwell. Exert chosen opposing character with 2 strength or less. This card never sees play. This is silly. Why did we think that this was a good card to make? If someone sees the vision of this card, let me know. I don't. I'm never not by your side. A Sing Together 5. Remove up to 4 damage from any number of your characters. Gain 1 lore for each 1 damage removed this way. Well, that sounds broken. Kind of love this card. Ooh, okay. They're opening up Amber Ruby songs as an option with a lot of this. I would agree with that. Actually, that is a very good point. I'm very interested in some of those builds. So we have a combo shift here. So this is different than some of the shift cards that we looked at before. So for this card, you have to have both a character named Sully and a character named Boo to shift onto. Yeah. Power line shifts, APL. Yep. Bee King is decent removal, post rotations too. Yeah, I've been playing Bee King in my Amethyst Ruby deck, so definitely feel that. Oh, this okay. So this is another one. I think this is the only Enchanted that's been revealed. Pocahontas and Miko. Um, Once again, still keeping with that like movie poster vibe for these Enchanteds. I have a feeling, um, and I've said this a lot of sets, like the Enchanted themes just keep getting better and better. These might be my favorite. I love old school movie posters. I like old school movie posters, like theater, like posters, all kind of a similar vibe to me. The guest room in my house is a bunch of theater posters, so I'm really excited to see what the rest of these Enchanteds look like. I love just like some of the pieces that we see in the background here. You see the ship, you see her, and why am I drawing a name on his name? John, Prince John? Is that right? Somebody correct me in chat. I haven't seen Pocahontas since I was little. It's been a hot minute. I need to do a rewatch of a lot of Disney movies. Then we also got our dual shift for Mickey and Minnie. This one's wild. We have a 7 cost card that if you're able to get. No, Miko is the raccoon. Um, John Smith. Ha, I was right. It was John. It's not Prince. That why did I give him a Prince title? Um, okay. So looking at this Mickey Mouse and Minnie Mouse shift, a 0 cost shift, wild, quest for 5, 5 strength, 5 willpower. If this character would be banished, put them into your inkwell face down and exert it instead. I'm trying to think of right now post rotation what Mickey and Minnie's we have in Emerald Sapphire. We have the 1-drop Traveler for Minnie. Do we have a 1-drop for Mickey? No, but we have a 2-drop. We have the Bob Cratchit from Winter Spell. We have also Mouse Detective as a 3-drop. So there's definitely like solid shift targets for this in Sapphire for sure. Not as much so. They're still decent in Emerald as well. We have the like Minnie Mouse Spinning Skater, which is just a vanilla 3/3 2-drop. You do. Yes, absolutely. So this is like a 3-card combo that you need to mull very hard to get. But I'm just thinking to myself, being able to get this out on like turn 2 essentially is wild. Getting a 5-drop out there. And then basically if they would be banished, putting it in your inkwell instead. Could not agree more. We need a card that blocks the art blocks Mike's face. All right, let's see. What else did we get today? We had cards revealed. So this is Rapunzel's Tower. It's giving +2 to willpower. So my guess is pay 1 to move a character here. They get +2 willpower, and then it is an 8 willpower location, which is not bad. We got Kevin. Sorry, I'm very excited about this. Kevin's eating chocolate too. I love this. I would love to know what this character does. We will put 20. Oh, yep. So these won't be on Kevin is so cute. Also this bell, fantastic. No notes. I'm sorry, is that a 2-drop 1-3? Yes. Yes, as a matter of fact, it is. And yes, Rapunzel's tower is good with Dale. That feels very, very, very broken. Um this card feels also very broken. You know, a lot of cards are rotating out for dogs. But I feel like maybe Emerald lists live on post dog pretty well. Who let DeCandio cook? We love seeing that. One and ooh. Okay, so this is kind of cool. Choose a character, banish all other characters with the same name as that character. Um this is very interesting. I think that this is a card that potentially sits in like this 54 to 60 spots. So like those 4 to 6 flex spots that you have in an Amethyst deck, that maybe get teched in when we see the meta shift a certain way, and see a lot of characters with the same name in a deck. Like this could potentially see play for that. I think your only issue here is that it's not going to feel really good if you like are playing up against a deck that doesn't have characters with a lot of the same names, or for that matter just like don't get the board, your opponent doesn't have the board state where like this is worth playing. It's inkable, so I always think like some of these tech cards that potentially could feel good in a very certain matchups, this feels very good, um because it's inkable versus being uninkable. um so I'll be interested to see if this sees play. What's Carl's house? Once during your turn you may move chosen character from here to another location for free. If you do, you gain a lore. This feels like Sugar Rush Speedway, which I believe is it's set 6. So that rotates out, sadly. But probably could do some wonky infinity location decks with the combination of this and Sugar Rush Speedway. Um Ruby Amber would be pretty good, you like in infinity with this Sugar Rush Speedway. um what's the pirate location? Why can't I think of that? um it's a ruby card from I think Into the Inklands. Let's see, type locations, remove. It is, I guess I was thinking of the Jolly Roger, but that's not necessarily. Oh, RLS Legacy. That was what my brain was thinking of. Because you basically, once you get a person there for free, you can bop characters around between all of these locations for free. So, someone cook that. That feels like it would be interesting and kind of fun to play. Wait, we got Willie the Giant? How did I not see this? Your Floodborn characters gain resist 1 He is a 6/3, 6 cost. Definitely missed this today. This is a fun card. I like the art on it. I don't think this sees play. But it is fun. Maximus, Snow Escape. If you discard a card this turn, this character gains Challenger 2, and can challenge readied characters. Okay, like Cinderella Light-esque. The art's fun. I love seeing Maximus out there chopping the vine down. That is entertaining. A 5-drop uninkable. I don't know. I don't think. I think it's possible to cook with it, but wait, hold on. Sorry. Seeing as you need one or the other to shift onto it, I would say yes. Wait, does one and only hit team shifts too? Like, if I say buzz, does it hit the dual color shift too? This is where I go. I am not a lore guide. We need. I did pass the lore guide test, but my knowledge has limits. So yes, I love somebody saying someone get googly, because that is absolutely who I would like to answer this question. He might be sleeping right now. Yeah, probably long weekend. All right. If I don't have you, oh, that's cute. Once again, this was one of the Japan. Oh, wait, translated card. Well, now I feel dumb that I didn't realize I could do that. Okay. How can I? My old people eyes can't read this, so excuse me while I zoom in. Okay. A character with a cost of 3 or more can sing the song for free. Oh, that's just the normal song mechanics. Wow. I swear, I know how to play this game. You and other chosen player each draw 2 cards. No, I don't want to let other people draw cards. I only want to draw cards. No, thank you. You and chosen other. Though this could be fun in multiplayer decks, being able to pick yourself and then only one other person and personally attack someone that you want to lose in a multiplayer game. Hades looks cool. This is Ward. 6-drop. 5/5 quest for 3. Ward characters are always very strong. Cecilia, friendly receptionist. When you play this character, you may pay 1 to ready chosen character. They can't quest or challenge the rest of this turn. So potentially a nice way to quest early or challenge and then re-ready a character. Man, I'm excited for limited. Word characters are annoying. I strongly agree. Word characters can be very annoying. Well, we've pretty much gotten our way through all of the cards. I didn't click every single one, but we bopped into quite a few. I'm excited to see more reveals over the next few weeks. I think if we look at Discord, in the official Lorcana page, we see the card revealed schedule. The latest date goes out to the 30th. I don't know. I see one on July 3rd. So it looks like by the end of next week, we will have all of our cards revealed. I am super, super excited. I know that I will be joining Liam from the Illumineers next Monday. to be a part of their show for their reveal. Liam was out there telling me that I will be very excited for the card that they're revealing, which makes me both excited and nervous, because it could be a variety of things. Because Liam knows that I enjoy Steel Song. He also knows some of the movies I really like. So I'm like all over the place of like, what could it possibly be? So definitely join into the stream next Monday. Next week, I will not be live. I will be um on my way to Disney World. So no stream next week, but we will be back the following week. Um Also, if you are coming out to Texas for the Diet Coke Invitational, I cannot wait to see you there. Please come up and say hi. And then if you aren't making it out for the Diet Coke Invitational, please tune in. It will be streamed on both JDZ Quest's Twitch and Liam the Illuminateer's YouTube channel. So please make sure you tune in. I am so excited for another fantastic event. Who's going to stream next? Oh, am I going to Sharp? I don't know. I have been thinking about it, but also since adding in another vacation to my weekend lists, I'm not 100% sure if I will be making it up there, but to be determined still. We will see. So I appreciate everyone joining in tonight and we'll see you in 2 weeks. Bye everybody. Have a good week. I am taking too long to get to my outro. So bye friends.